Power invariably means both responsibility and danger. Do what you can, with what you have, where you are. Believe you can and you're halfway there. When you play, play hard. When you work, don't play at all. With self-discipline, almost anything is possible. The joy of living is his who has the heart to demand it. Dreams are a dime a dozen, it's their execution that counts. Be practical as well as generous in your ideals. I am a part of everything that I have read. 9/10 of wisdom is being wise in time. All the resources we need are in the mind. Comparison is the thief of joy. The worst of all fears is the fear of living. Nothing worth having comes easy. There is delight in the hardy life of the open. Every reform movement has a lunatic fringe. A stream cannot rise larger than its source. Aggressive fighting for the right is the noblest sport the world affords. Complaining about a problem without posing a solution is called whining. The government is us. We are the government, you and I. A thorough knowledge of the Bible is worth more than a college education. Water is a commodity, not by any means to be found everywhere. It was here that the romance of my life began. Thrice happy is the nation that has a glorious history. In this country, we have no place for hyphenated Americans. No man is justified in doing evil on the ground of justified. The poorest way to face life is to face it with a sneer. If you've got them by the balls, their hearts and minds will follow. Life means change. Where there is no change, death comes. We must treat each man on his worth and merits as a man. Politeness is a sign of dignity, not subservience. Courtesy is as much a mark of a gentleman as courage. I have only a second-rate brain, but I think I have a capacity for action. You can't choose your potential, but you can choose to fulfill it. I know your work is hard, and that is why I congratulate you with all my heart. To educate a person without teaching ethics is to create a menace to society. No man needs sympathy, because he has to work, because he has a burden to carry. If given the choice between righteousness and peace, I choose righteousness. Unless a man is master of his soul, all other kinds of mastery amount to little. We are not building this country of ours for a day, it is to last through the ages. Honesty first, then courage, then brains, and all are indispensable. Bodily vigor is good, and vigor of intellect is even better, but far above both is character. The welfare of each of us is dependent fundamentally upon the welfare of all of us. It is better to have it and need it than to need it and not have it. The farther one gets into the wilderness, the greater is the attraction of its lonely freedom. They have a funny habit of gravely bowing or posturing at the passerby, and stand up very erect on their legs. Rough board shelves hold a number of books, without which some of the evenings would be long indeed. The extermination of the buffalo has been a veritable tragedy of the animal world. For those who fight for it, life has a flavor the sheltered will never know. A people without children would face a hopeless future. A country without trees is almost as helpless. It may be true that he travels farthest who travels alone, but the goal thus reached is not worth reaching. Each one must do his part if we wish to show that the nation is worthy of its good fortune. It is out of the question for our people to rise by treading down any of their own numbers. Character, in the long run, is the decisive factor in the life of an individual and of nations alike. Never throughout history has a man who lived a life of ease left a name worth remembering. Don't hit at all, if it is honorably possible, to avoid hitting, but never hit soft. In the long run, the most unpleasant truth is a safer companion than a pleasant falsehood. Freedom from effort, in the present, merely means that there has been effort stored up in the past. The only man who never makes mistakes is the man who never does anything. I have always been fond of the West African proverb, "Speak softly and carry a big stick, you will go far." Courage, hard work, self-mastery, and intelligent effort are all essential to a successful life. The most important single ingredient in the formula of success is knowing how to get along with people. A vote is like a rifle. Its usefulness depends upon the character of the user. Let us speak courteously, deal fairly, and keep ourselves armed and ready. A great democracy has got to be progressive, or it will soon cease to be great or a democracy. People ask the difference between a leader and a boss. The leader leads, and the boss drives.